All right. Hello, everybody. We are now live and recording, and Miss Jennifer DeHaan is here to give us a training on live sales. She is rocking her business. She is, I want to say, like 100% online at this point, right? Do you even do in-home parties? Yeah. So
Yeah.
she has balcony qualifying sales as of this point for January. So we are thrilled for her, and we have so much to learn from her. I learn from her every day, and I'm super proud of the job that she's doing. So I am thrilled that she has taken the time to talk to us a little bit about how she is achieving what she is. And I'm hoping that it will be helpful to everyone. So Jen, take it away.
Thank you, Nat. Oh my gosh, like you're learning from me. Are you kidding? I learned from the best. You guys, Natalia was like, she set the tone. Let me tell you guys. So that's coming from her. Thank you guys very, very much for the advice. Ladies that hopped on. As you guys are hopping on, if you could make sure that your microphones are muted for now. And at the end, I will definitely open up to some Q&A. I'm just gonna adjust a little there. So. But again, thank you for being here. If you guys are here with me live, if you're watching this later, I hope I am able to provide some good information for when it comes to daring to go live on Facebook. It's always nerve-wracking, you guys. The first time I ever pressed that button, and I mean, like, I wasn't even a consultant yet, you know, still in the queue. Oh, I thought I was gonna toss my cookies, seriously, like all over the place. And I kind of felt that way for a while, just about every single time. Oh, I should have turned off notifications there. But you know what? I can promise you, ladies, that it absolutely does get easier. Just keep plugging away and just kind of trust yourself. So I have some points that I'm definitely going to touch up on as far as what I have discovered, what I continue to discover, and what I feel has brought me a lot of success with my live sales. I go live right now 2 or 3 times a week, good 3 times a week, usually is what I try to average. I wish I could go more. I am actually to a point now where I almost wish I didn't have to do album sales because it's tedious, you know, it really is. And if I could just sell live only, I would love it. But I know so many of our ladies really prefer to have that album sale every week. So I always will offer that for now. But I have had live sales that have been more successful sales-wise than even my album sales. So I have, yeah. In fact, proof in the pudding right now. Last night I had a live sale. I had one lady spend over $500 on a live sale. She bought that much. She bought 14 items that included Sarah's, Carly's, and Julia's. Yeah. And you know what? How can you not tap into that? So step out of your box. If going live is scary for you, then keep trying. Practice in the mirror daily. And talk to your phone, throw your camera on and just talk to it. I don't care how silly you think it is. Practice makes perfect, and it really truly does. Like, you'll kind of start to just get your own cadence. You'll get used to talking to yourself. And that's the key, right? I mean, we don't see anybody when we're doing this. You know, people will have their comments and you can read them, and sometimes there's no comments. Anybody that's been going live on Facebook lately knows what we're facing when the comments don't show up. Which I will talk about that shortly. But yeah, I mean, just kind of try to find your comfort with it. And to echo one of my most favorite ladies ever, Ashley Ann, who is our, I think she is now a coaching cube, right? I think, yeah. She says it best: fake it till you make it, guys. We all start somewhere, and we all panic, and we all have that kind of like fear going at it. But you know, that's really it. Fake it till you make it. If you don't feel confident doing it, act like you do. People will believe you. I truly just just go with it. So that's just all I wanted to start with. as for like, I want to start in the most important point that I want to make as I go into, you know, this real true part of the training. I never press that live button without thinking to myself, what if DeHaan were watching? Natalia said that to me once too, and it is so true, and it has stuck with me. That is absolutely the thing to think about. Would she be proud? Would she think I'm representing her company? Would she be happy with how I represent the brand? I think that every single time I go live, and I would hope that if in watching, you know, me in a sale, that she would be proud of how I am doing that. So that's kind of always the first thing that I remind myself, right? The last thing I do before I hit that button, like if DeHaan was watching. So that's something I really like to always remind myself. I think for me, and this is me as a shopper, okay, as well. I'm not just saying this in how I do my lives. Like if I'm going to watch a live sale and I'm going to listen to a consultant and see what's going on, I am looking for two things. It is going to be the perfect balance of professionalism and fun. You still want it to feel very natural, very fun, you know, that I am like hanging out with this girl, whoever this consultant is. Sometimes it's a guy, you know what I mean, that we're hanging out at their house. And you need to bring them in to your personal world and have them be a part of it. And that's what they should feel when they're doing that. And at the same time, you also want to absolutely exude professionalism. You know, there have been, that goes in a lot of different ways too. I mean, it is not going to only be in how you speak and what you say. It's going to be how you dress, okay? How your home looks around you and behind you. Do you want a big mess behind you?
I'm trying to get on here first.
Ladies, mute your microphones for me if you're hopping on, okay, ladies? I know, like I always did that too. I always had it open.
How do I make sure it's muted?
There you go. Thank you, hon. Okay, so, but yeah, professionalism is on several different levels, like I was saying. Like you definitely want, you know, I do it in front of my fireplace just because that's an area of my home that's easily looking tidy. My entire room, you guys should see what's going on around me. I mean, it's chaos, complete chaos. But what the girls see, you know what I mean? It appears very nice and professional. And, hey, hon, make sure your microphone's muted for me, okay? So you definitely want to be able to find that balance between professionalism and the fun, so that they're having fun, but it's still, you know, a nice, good atmosphere. And what I make sure, okay, so when you actually go ahead and go live and everything, so you hit that button from second one. I know you guys are sitting there and you're waiting for all your live ladies to hop on. You know, they might not be there. As you're waiting, and you don't try your hardest not to pay attention to the numbers as they go up and down, because they're going to dip up and down and up and down, especially, well, also around your live sale. But from the moment that you press that button, talk like somebody is there. Don't ever let somebody, do you know what I mean? Like hop on to you just kind of like, I mean, how long are you going to actually pay attention? You know what I mean? If I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh, you know, someone's got a Lula sale, and I hit it, and that girl is just sitting there silent and just staring at not even staring at the camera. Sometimes they're doing something else. I'm gone instantly. So just tell them about your day. If they walk in the middle of a conversation, no big deal. That's why I spend like the first 5 minutes not selling Lula. I just be like, oh, my son had this practice today, and oh, we were late for the school this morning, and oh my gosh, my daughter spilled this all over and it took me half an hour to clean. You know what I mean? Like just the most whatever mundane thing that you can just talk about and ramble about, so that nobody is joining you silently and wondering what's going on. Don't ever leave anybody confused. Okay. So, you know, if they hop on and you're just chatting, then great. They'll be like, oh. Ladies, make sure for me, if you don't mind, if you have a microphone open, that it's turned off just for now, because I will open it back up to questions later, and then you can definitely hop on and ask for me. Okay, the next part, on touching up on that professionalism aspect, every single live sale, if you kind of think about it in this way, is like a job interview. You are actually an interview like to be someone's consultant. It could be somebody who has never seen you before. Brand new person that is new to your group or added. So hang on, I'm just trying to figure out. Hey, thank you. I was gonna say I'm trying to figure out whose microphone's open. There we go, ladies. Okay, so they might be there for the very first time. Show them who you are and everything. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you are going to get that job as their consultant. So dress for the part. Never go live not wearing Lula. I see it, you guys. It happens. Like that blows my mind that you would ever do a live sale in anything. And I mean like head to toe Lululemon. I'm like really, truly always have on multiple pieces if you can of our products. Ladies will buy what they see you wearing. The other night I wore a Lindsay with a maxi. I had a classic tee and I wore a Lindsay and I tied it off with a maxi skirt. I don't usually wear that stuff. Do you know what I sold all week? Lindsay's and maxis. Lindsay's and maxis in January. Okay? Because I wore it. So yes, wear what you want to sell and treat it like that. Like as if somebody was just watching you for the first time and you wanted to make sure that they were going to come back. Okay. They're going to hire you to be your consultant. The other thing, and you want to always, and I have failed at this many, many times, because especially leading right up to the live, you're like, oh, I have my sale right at 8:30. I got to be ready to go. And of course, a child gets out of bed or won't, you know what I mean? Something happens and I get distracted. So try to be prepared so that you're not running around or you seem scattered at your sale. If you need, have everything ready. Your sizing charts, your pen and your notepad to write down who buys what. Have your racks set up. Have your clothes, if you want to kind of have an order, make sure that they're all set up. Try to be as prepared as you can going into it, because that brings me to my next point. Be prepared to be unprepared. Something will go weird. Something silly will happen. My kids get up. I try to have my sales after my kids in bed. You know how often they come down and they're just like, hey, mommy, can I be part of your sale? And it's like, of course. But, just things are not always going to go how you want. So I say prepare to be unprepared. So in that sense, prepare as much as you possibly can. I can't tell you how often I forget to have my sizing charts available. And I have to be like, I'm sorry, I don't have them. I hate that I have to say that. They're somewhere and I can't even think where I left them. Something ridiculous, in a cleanup, I went and stepped them who knows where or something. But it's much better that if somebody's like, hey, do you have the sizing chart for Julia? Yes, I do. It's right here. Just be ready to have that totally ready to go if you can. When you are doing your sales, you want to be yourself, okay? And I'm going to probably say this 17 more times throughout this training video. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard this said. It is so true. In live sales, it's the most true ever, because that is where people will truly see your vibe. And that is where you will get the ladies who become your loyal customers. Obviously with Lululemon, people buy all over the place because they're hunting certain things. I can tell you, I have even happily sent my VIPs to other consultants to get the product that they're after. But they come back every time, and they shop with me. I have one consultant or one VIP that shops with me. She goes, Jen, I went somewhere because I was specifically looking for this Sarah and you didn't have it, and I really, really wanted this navy Sarah. And so she went to go get it because she knew it was going to be in this live sale. And she's like, I got my Sarah, I did, but at this point, I'm just like, if Jen doesn't have it, she'll have something else I want. Like, that's the kind of loyalty you know what I mean? So she'll just shop with me because she wants to be in our group and with me. So, and you're going to have your girls that do that. So put yourself out there. You will develop the loyal people. These are people like you know what I mean? These aren't people I know that are personal contacts of mine that are my most loyal VIPs. It's not friends. It's not family. It's the ladies who found me, who were attracted to my vibe became my tribe. So you definitely want to put that out there. So when you are live, you want to be yourself so that you can develop that customer base, but you kind of want to be what I want to call like the happiest version of yourself. I say be Captain Happy when you're on your lives. I smile so much, you guys, my face hurts at the end of the night. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. I feel like I look like a goober the entire time. I'm so happy all the time. But honestly, like, it really, really, truly makes a huge, huge difference. Because the ladies, you know, when they see you smiling, that's really how that's going to kind of come to them, and they're going to take that feeling on as well. They're just going to generally feel happier and they're going to enjoy it more just because you always look like you are enjoying it. So you know, just keep a happy face on. Don't bring negativity to your sales. I don't care how bad your day is. You guys, I had a sale once. The half an hour leading up to that sale, I was in tears because of personal stuff. Just stuff. I was so tempted to just cancel the sale. But, you know, I built it up. I even got a sneak peek and everything like that. And it was bad. I had to just pace around for a little while and just kind of like do anything in my power to clear my head. And I still put on a happy face, and you know what I mean? Like, nobody ever knew, or they were none the wiser of what was going on in my personal life. You know, you find out your husband's deploying, you fall apart a little bit. It doesn't matter if you have a sale. You know what I mean? Stuff and other stuff that's going on. Like, it's reality. You know, life is life. Lula is Lula. You know, you want to be a personable person, and you want people to know about your life. But again, you want it to be still like you're here for them during that live sale time. That's their time for their escape, and you are giving that gift to them. So, you know, you'll have to get your own escape somewhere else. And usually my live sales are my escape. I can tell you, like, after that sale, when I was smiling and happy and, you know, all that, when it was done, by the time I was finished, I felt a lot better about everything else that was going on. So you just have to kind of set that stuff aside and, you know, buckle down and go for it, and big smiles all the time. So when it comes, okay, let's talk about actually selling the product live. You know, in an album sale, you throw a picture up. If somebody has a question, they ask it. That's kind of it. A live sale, you have to be on your toes, ready to go, ready to describe in detail every single item that you're going to hold up and tell them. You're going to talk about texture. You're going to talk about color. You're going to talk about stretch. You're going to talk about fabric. You have got to be able to describe those clothes to the best of your possible ability. Go study a crayon box. Go read a thesaurus. My gosh, you guys, the adjectives, I run out of them constantly. I am using the same adjectives over and over. There's only so many words to describe beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, spectacular, whatever. I mean, there's just not that many words out there. So start brushing up. Reach out, figure out, you know, what you can say to make something sound and seem extremely desirable while still describing the product accurately. So that's just, you really just be prepared for that. You know, ladies, that's why they really like the live sales. We are the great part about shopping online and being able to go to a store. We combine it, because what's great about online, you don't have to go to a store, but you're losing out on the opportunity to try something on, to feel it with your hands, to see the color in person. So you don't have that. They rely on us for that. So they're counting on us to really be as accurate as possible with that stuff. So again, yeah, get your box of crayons and grab your thesaurus and just start studying, have fun, and go with that. So I talked about steering away from negativity. Don't bring your own personal negative stuff. You know, just always try to be their escape. I really think that's the best way to describe it, because that's what they want to do. That's what I wanted to do as a customer when I would watch, you know, especially like Natalia's date night, game night on Thursday night. You guys, I lived for that when I was in the queue. Before I was in the queue, before I even signed up, I was like, this is the best thing ever. And I would laugh and I would enjoy watching them work together. And that was my escape. I needed that. And that's, my husband was gone at the time to training. I was alone, just sitting at my house with my glass of wine. And I was able to just kind of like go feel like I was hanging out with my friends. And that was a big gift. And we can give that to other ladies as well. So always think about that when you're doing that. Be prepared to laugh at yourself, you guys. You will say something silly. You might hold up a shirt that has 2 very awkwardly placed roses in the middle of your live sale. That was me. Yeah, I held up this Sloan and it had these 2 little roses. That was, to say embarrassing. And then of course somebody has a screenshot of that. Thank you for that, for saving that forever. So that made my world. But yeah, I mean, that stuff's gonna happen. Something is gonna happen that's ridiculously embarrassing. And hello, Jenna. Will you make sure that your microphone is on mute for me, sweetheart? Thank you, lady. But yeah, like that, like embarrassing things will happen. You will say something ridiculous. You will accidentally swear. You will whatever. I mean, like, and by accidentally swear, I don't mean it will slip out. I mean, you will, because you're rambling forever, you will accidentally be like, you will, instead of say sit down, you will say something else. And it just, you know what I mean? You've got to be able to just laugh it off, make fun of yourself. The ladies will always appreciate that and be glad. So when you do screw up, don't let it throw you. Laugh. It's funny. Just go with that. Also, as you guys begin and really start doing lives more often, and you will get to know your VIPs more. You'll be interacting with them. Interact, you guys, follow those comments, answer them, ask more. Really, it gives you a really good opportunity to, like I said, to get to know them better. And they will be so appreciative that you remembered that their kid was sick the day before, that they bought this Carly and that they couldn't find it, and then they did, and you're like, hey, now that you have your Carly, have you worn it out? Do you love it? You know what I mean? Like little things like that go so far. So just try to, to kind of like make it, again, it makes it a much more personal experience for each of them. I have my ladies now, like they all have gotten to know each other too, and they talk to each other, and that I think that also really helps the success of my live sales. When they develop that camaraderie with each other, they'll also notice trends of the types of items that they buy. And they'll be like, oh, Lisa, that is so you need to get that, and call each other out. And again, that helps your sales immensely. And, or if you as the consultant think of something that, that they really, really like, then tell them, oh, I thought of you when I pulled this out and I really wanted you to see it. I hope you like it. Last night, I had something I knew one of my girls wanted, and I knew she had hopped off the live feed. I told someone else who knew her, text her right now. I know she was hunting these. She did. She came on and bought it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like really, really, that's the kind of personal touches that you can do as a consultant that will absolutely just, it will transform your business and your relationship with your VIPs to completely make everything way more successful for you. Okay, this is another problem, you guys. This is hard because this is one of my problems, because I, as a mom, and I mean, a lot of us are moms or whatever. I mean, it's just a woman thing. I think we multitask even in our heads constantly. When you're live, do your best to focus on the task at hand. You know what I mean? Kind of shut the world out if you possibly can, and then just, focus on your clothes. Remember what you have. Just get your blinders on and focus again on your task at hand. If you're thinking about other things, you have other stuff going on, it becomes much harder to follow. The ladies, you get scatterbrained with how you sound when you're talking, and it just gets to be kind of crazy. So that's another thing. Just if you can take away distractions, that's like why I always try to go live after my kiddos are in bed if I can help it. Just to kind of avoid that, you know, if you can't, if that's just, you know what I mean? Some of us have infants and other situations where unfortunately that's just not an option. You know, just again, just do your best to eliminate anything you can to kind of like keep the focus. So, because that's what the ladies have come to see. They've come to see you and the Lula you have, and they want to, that's what they want to just enjoy, you know. But of course, when my baby girl pops her head in because she got out of bed, and she's all in her little Ariel nightgown and everything, trust me, it gets quite the big reaction. So sometimes it also helps sales when that kind of stuff happens. I talked about the clean setting. Oh my gosh, you guys, I could say your vibe attracts your tribe, like until I'm blue in the face. It really, truly, again, being yourself while still being professional is very, very much the like alpha and omega of live sale. You know what I mean? You've got to be you. You got to put yourself out there and let the ladies feel like you are their friend. This is such a personal experience for them, but at the same time, you're representing the company, the brand, your product. DeHaan and Mark themselves always think about all of that stuff. You know, that's like the perfect balance as far as what you can have when you're live. And also, when ladies do, you know, when they make a purchase or whatever, be very gracious, very appreciative. You know, I've seen consultants just be like, okay, thanks, and, you know, got you, put it on the rack and just kind of be done with it. You know, my ladies, I try to always, I'm so excited for them that they're getting their clothes. You know, she gets this beautiful blue Sarah. Oh my gosh, this color will look so pretty on you. I'm so excited that you got this. A girl last night who got my green Sarah, even though I knew she already had a green Sarah. I was like, this is not like your other green Sarah. This is amazing. You know, just make sure you hang them in the closet right by each other because they're going to be besties, kind of thing. Silly stuff like that. I mean, it sounds goofy, but honestly, like the ladies love that stuff. It makes it a much more personal experience for them. And it shows them that, you know, again, they're supporting your business and you appreciate that. So you can never thank a VIP enough they change our lives, you guys. It's them. I mean, they're the ones buying the clothes from you, you know. We need to give credit where credit is due and make sure to just blow them up with that, with customer service and appreciation, and you can give it the entire time while you're live too, you know, in every way that you possibly can. You guys, live sales, I can't even imagine not doing them, because when I think about like what this has done for my business and how much, like, you know, Natalia said, I balcony qualified, didn't just cruise. In fact, I'm actually, it's looking like I might cruise qualify this month for the second time. That's what kind of sales I was able to do in January. And when they call that the dreaded J months, if you guys are familiar with that term in retail, January, June, July, those are like, you know, supposedly like the slowest months. January has been my most successful month that I have had since the day I launched. And I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, putting yourself out there. And I've brought in 3 times more sales in live sales than I have in album sales. I mean, album sales, you have what, 4 a month, right? Live sales, I have 10, 15, 20, I don't know, a month. So that's, you know, it's just a way. And if you can even do an impromptu one, you know, you don't have to have a set schedule. My ladies though, and I was going to touch on this too, they kind of have gotten to know that I have a general schedule that they can count on when I'll usually be live. Monday night, we're almost always live. Last Monday I was off. My ladies like freaked out. They were messaging me, Jen, how do I make you help me make it through Monday? This is what I look forward to after my Monday, is sitting and watching what you have in your shop. Oh, sorry. But I mean, if they can count on a consistent schedule from you for the most part, that also can really help with your sales, because they'll know to expect that. I have a VIP that was just joking but serious. She has an alarm on her phone that goes off the times of my live sales, because she knows that I always will be live on Saturday. We have our Saturday night sale that we always do, and it's pretty successful, you guys. Lots of people don't go out on Saturday night. Don't be afraid of the weekends or like date night, like people being gone. Like, go for it. Friday night, Saturday night, who cares? Go for it. But yeah, my Saturday night sales are my most successful sales for sure. Like big time by far. My shop the box, I mean, a couple pairs of leggings here, a couple tops here and there, maybe a dress, maybe even a Sarah, but nothing compares to what goes on my Saturday night sales. So don't be afraid of like time of day or whatever. But I personally always go at a certain time. I go at 8:30 p.m. my time, because my kids are already in bed, so it's late enough, but it's still kind of early enough to where I'm not falling asleep on my poor VIPs. Like, because by about 9:30, I can already feel it. I usually have to have coffee before I go. But yeah, if you're consistent with what they can expect for a live sale, that is really good. And sometimes, like I said, if you just want to be like, hey, ladies, I just got a box, or oh my gosh, you're not going to believe I just was realizing that I have like probably the best stock of Carly's that I've ever had in my shop. Let's have a Carly sale right now. Comment. And first, if I get 15 or 20 comments or whatever you want to say, right now on this post, I'm going live in half an hour. And ladies were like, oh yeah, show us the Carlys, the ones who are available at that time. So go for it. You know what I mean? So yes, consistency. Finally, I just want to talk about when on that same note, whether it's a consistent thing, in that case, when you actually have something that's scheduled, anytime you have something that's scheduled, but with live sales too, especially, you want to make sure the ladies know when it is. So create an event, invite people to that event, and put a graphic up. I always change my cover photo. Whatever the very next thing is that you can expect to see or that's going to be happening in my shop, I change my cover photo to indicate that. Plus, if ladies go, especially on the app, no, it's not even just the app. It's on regular desktop too. When they go into the group section and they're scrolling, I mean, you can see there's a little circle icon. If they can read sales Saturday night 8:30 in that circle, you know what I mean? Like, give them that opportunity to not miss it. So create an event, invite them to it, change your graphic. Make sure that you have, put it out there as much as possible that that this is going on. Please come buy Lula. I have Lula available, and come and get it. So that is kind of really what I wanted to talk about. I feel that, again, the most important points possible. You can't go wrong showing Lula. Okay? Just get yourself out there. Be professional, but fun. Be yourself, but the most happy version of yourself. And always be enthusiastic and excited about every piece. Every single piece you show is desirable to someone. I don't care if you think it is the most heinous piece of clothing that you have ever touched in your life. Someone will think it's spectacular and they will want it. So act like it is the most beautiful thing that you've ever shown anybody. So every single piece, it doesn't matter. Find something extremely positive and wonderful to say about it. And yeah, that's the number one thing. And never go live without thinking to yourself, would I be making DeHaan and Mark proud with how I conduct myself during a live sale? So that is really the stuff that I really wanted to talk about. I'd love to open it up. If anybody has questions, just open your microphone and let me know. I have like several pages of ladies here, so I'll have to scroll through. But just kind of shout it out and we'll take turns. If anybody wanted to ask me anything about the crazy world of live Lula, the commenting, I didn't talk about that, Facebook commenting right now. But I'm sure, they say it's like a glitch that they're trying to fix too, as far as not seeing comments. And I was talking about being prepared, ladies. Like, make sure that you have a spare device or computer or something that you can have open to read those comments so that you can interact with your people. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely a good one to have.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Nat.
Great job. Thank you. If you guys have questions, feel free to type it in the chat window, or you can unmute yourself and ask your question. If you guys are having problems with seeing comments, for me, downloading the Groups app and going live from the Groups app rather than the Facebook app was the only solution that I found. And I haven't had any problem seeing comments since. So I know that there is an iPad update out right now. I haven't been able to download, well, not that I haven't been able to, I haven't made the effort to, but that recent update on my iPad, so I don't know if that will fix the problem or not. But if you're still having problems, try the Groups app. Autumn gave me that tip, and I know that she has had success every time that she has gone on with the Groups app, and so have I. So that's an alternative for you.
Thank you, Nat. Yes, I'm going to have to check that out. That's the second time I've actually heard that, and I keep forgetting. I cannot see where the comments would show up if people are typing a question on my app. So, because I'm on the phone, because I'm not on the computer.
Okay, I can see the chat window. There's nothing so far. I'll let you know.
Oh,
somebody.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. I know it pops up. So now I see this from Candace. What do you say? Oh, it disappeared. What do you say when you truly, there we go. Where'd it go? Chat. Oh, look at that. What do you say when you really truly loathe one of the pieces you're showing? Oh, Candace. That is so true. Oh my gosh. I could bring up the Clown Randy incident. I didn't have the heart to show it. I could not even show it live because I was like, I'm going to ruin this. I have a clown issue. So, I mean, it happens more often. Yeah, exactly. I can't even do it sometimes. It's true. Like that item, I actually chose not to ever show it live. And I never sold it. So there you go. You got to find a way, ladies. Find a way. But yeah, definitely you got to just find anything that you can, to say something positive. Talk about, instead of talking about, like what it is or anything, talk about the fact that it's, what pretty colors it is or what it would look good with, what you would pair it with. That's a way to make it seem positive. You know what, Holly, just keep going. I don't know, because, I have all my live sales prepped already. So I have everything pulled, everything ready to go. And I mean, I have stuff where it has been like, I was more than halfway through that rack and nothing had sold. And well, there's of course the infamous sale where I sold one shirt and it got returned. So the only item I sold the whole sale, one shirt, and it totally got sent back. It happens, ladies, it happens. But you just got to keep going, and act again. Never let go of that enthusiasm. Don't slow down. People will sense it. You know what I mean? It's like dogs can smell fear. Lula watchers can sense when you lose the energy. So just keep plugging away, act like just as excited about that 17th item that you're showing as you were about the first one. But yeah, going back to what Candace said, I the more I think about it, I think that's exactly what you do. So just talk about, again, like if you have an item that you just you don't even know what to say because it's so personally not your thing. Like, yeah, talk about what it would look good with or pair with or the colors.
That was going to be my suggestion. Pair it with something. You have a Clown Randy, you don't like it, find the leggings that you love the most or a Sarah to throw over it and hype up that Sarah like it's what you would wear if you had tea with the queen. And just kind of gloss over the Randy. Be like, and paired with this Randy because of this color, that's what makes it look even more amazing. You don't have to lie, you're not lying that way because I don't like lying to my customers. I feel like people can see if you are genuine or not So I talk excitedly about things that I'm genuinely excited about, and they see that. Pair it with something that you love, that you almost don't want to give up, and it will seem amazing to them.
Yeah, such perfect advice. Absolutely. April, as far as like how many people are on, I try not to ever look at that number. You know what I mean? Because first of all, I don't care if there's no one on. Somebody will watch it later. So you have to think to yourself, they might rewatch, and they need to feel like when they're rewatching it, like you're still just right here for them as if it was live. And you know what I mean? They still need to get that feeling. So I don't care if that number is 0 and there's just nothing going on. You are not even interacting with anybody. You're going to have to find a way to interact with yourself. Believe me, I've talked to myself until I was blue in the face sometimes.
Absolutely. Ladies, you have to understand that this is a build and they will come business. None of us started on the first day with thousands of members in our group. We all started like you all started, with ourselves, maybe our sponsor, and our spouse on our page. That's it. My group had 3 people before it had 13,000. It takes time, and you should have seen my first few live sales. I had 8 viewers, 7 of whom were my grandma, my mom, my dad, my cousin, my godmother, maybe Jen over here, and whom I had known personally for, many years before. So it takes time. And I did that 6 days a week for many, many weeks on end. I would sell 1 item and it was a success to me. And then when I sold 3 items, it was an extremely successful sale to me. Don't get discouraged, and don't think that you're the only one going through that. We all have to crawl before we can run. So take those that are ahead of you as your inspiration, never as your competition. This is not a competition business. And we will always do whatever we can to help build you up and get you where you want to go. But just realize that it is a lot of, you have to put in the time to see the same results.
Yeah, and you guys, Natalia is saying she went 6 days a week. She went live 6 days a week. And I got to tell you, that was probably one of the best ways she built her numbers and her followers, because they saw her every day and they knew that they could come and check her out, and they got to know her better. So go live all the time, anytime, all the time. In fact, my goal in February is to do way more live sales than I did in January. February is a short month, you guys. We got to kill it. So I'm going to be all over the place. You're going to get so sick of watching me. So, let me see, April. When you're first starting out when you are starting out in limited inventory, how often do you recommend going live? Same amount. Are you kidding me? It doesn't matter. Mix and match, lady. That's the number one awesome thing you can do with your inventory. Put one thing with something else. The next time, show it with something completely different. You made a completely different outfit. Show a Randy with a Cassie. Show that Randy next time with leggings. Show that Cassie with an Irma, and talk about how you can tie it up. Then show it with a classic. Then put a Lindsay over it. Or what is out there now? Monroe? Oh, I love those. You know what I mean? Layer, change it up, switch it up. Don't think of how many pieces you have. If you have 300 pieces, you have 1,100 outfits. Okay, that's what you have to think about. It's not about the piece. It's about what you can do with it and how you can show it. You can always show it differently. So when we were going through a little bit of a drought, because there was some backup with the shipping right around Christmas. They gave everybody, some breaks with Christmas, so shipping got a little bit behind. I didn't have new inventory for 2.5 weeks. Nothing showed up at my house. I had to show all my old stuff. So what I discovered and kind of created for myself was optional sets. And I just kept showing pieces with different pieces. And you guys, that was how I kickstarted my January. And during like what could have been one of the slowest few weeks following Christmas, I was like banging out sales because I kept showing things in different ways with each other. So again, it doesn't matter if you have 30 pieces in your living room, or you have 300, or you have 3,000. You can mix and match everything with different stuff and sell it into a different person. You will market to someone different every time. So that's a good point. Really good point. Does anybody else have anything else they would like to ask for our live portion? Otherwise, I think we'll close it up, and Natalia will make this available, and Aiden, my ladies, can watch it anytime. I really, really appreciate you guys joining me for this today.
Thank you again, Jen. We appreciate it. And I am thrilled for your success. And I hope to see everyone soar as high as Jen and higher. We are all in this together, and your guys' success is our success. I love our team's vibe and how we all really, truly cheer each other on. So for those of you that are in queue and you haven't onboarded yet, you really are in for the ride of your lives. I'm super excited for each of you. So I hope this was helpful, and it is being recorded. I will convert it and post it a YouTube link to both pages, the onboarded and the Q Club page. So this will be available for replay anytime. All right, ladies. Thank you again. Love and appreciate you all. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you guys all so very much. And you guys feel free, PM me anytime. I would love to be able to, help out in any way that I can. I still learn daily too, ladies, all the time. So we, again, like Nat said, we're all in this together. We want to help each other out, and I would love to be there for you if I can in any way. Thank you guys.
All right. Have a great Sunday, y'all. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.